Thanks for visiting Patient Weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stresses for April 28, 2026. We do keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also maintain a storefront on Patient Weather. Looking at the very active frontal system for the 28th or Tuesday, we have a massive cold front stretching from southern Canada clear across Cleveland, Cincinnati, down to St. Louis and back to Dallas. Lots of unsettled weather ahead and along the front, a real focus of unsettled weather here across Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma, but lots of moisture in the entire south, up the Mississippi Valley, all the way into the Ohio Valley. Looking at our vitality index, which is a combined measure of where the elements are that might have some difficulty in human health. And you can see, again, we're at that same focus right along the frontal system from Texas into Arkansas. Lots of activity up here in the Great Lakes, and just a touch of activity trying to make its way away from New England. Looking at the change in pressure, we have rising pressure running across Washington state, down into Idaho, picking up again in Utah, and stretching into western Wyoming and western Colorado. But the real focus of rising pressure will be the Great Lakes, mainly Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and over to Michigan. Again, just that touch of falling pressure along the Canadian border. Not a lot going on with the changes or significant changes in temperature, warming up a bit here in the west and dropping down a little bit behind that frontal thrust, so this would be post-frontal cooling. Looking at changes in dew point, you'll see we're picking up moisture here again ahead of the front in the southeast, moisture falling behind the frontal system, and again we're showing and much needed vapor pressure pushing through the south and southeast. Instability, we are looking for the focus of severe weather, and that appears this time to be running from Austin clear on up through Arkansas. But note, it extends all the way up across western Illinois up into eastern Iowa. So a lot of unsettled weather in the Mississippi Valley, focus of real intense activity, especially Arkansas and a little bit north. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, we have a migraine risk or stress from Washington state and up and down the Mississippi Valley from Oklahoma and Kansas across to, again, Arkansas, Louisiana, and parts of Mississippi, up through Missouri, up into Illinois, Iowa, most of Wisconsin, all of Michigan, and picking up the northernmost reaches of Indiana. We also have a very slight risk there of migraine or headache in the easternmost sections of New England. We have a risk of asthma and arthritis significantly across the state of California, picking up again rather significantly here in eastern Montana and northern Wyoming. And then we have that risk of asthma and arthritis in the southeast, across Georgia into northern Florida. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. And if you hurt, tell us where you